Hey, Hakim Bellamy.
Hi, Shell.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for joining me this morning for a little coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're not a coffee drinker.
I'm not a coffee drinker.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're like
Quick cold turkey. Gosh, it was when my son was born.
That's right.
Yeah, he's my caffeine now.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks for joining me at the lovely Zendo for a quick chat about creativity in Albuquerque. So, speaking of Albuquerque, why did you come here? Because you're not from here.
I'm not from here. Came from the Philadelphia area. My family's still out there. Shout out to Philadelphia. But yeah, this was a grad school that I applied to. One of three. UNM said yes, so blame UNM. Like UNM said yes. So I said yes in return and started my master's program in the Department of Communications. Shout out to C&J.
You're a lot of things. Right now you're in law school, but you're
Yes.
also a creative, and you're always going to be a creative.
Yeah.
So give us the short summary of who you are as a creative.
At the root, I always say I'm a poet because poet also speaks to entrepreneur. It just speaks to alchemy of words, but that's allowed me to do lots of other things, right? Like be a play actor and a playwright, to do music that people suffer through, to be a journalist in this town. Like all of that sprung from the fount of poetry, and so I really feel like word engineer, word architect. It had nothing to do with writing or art until I moved here. One day more people were calling me a poet than I was calling myself a poet, and it was like, I guess you're a poet now, kid. So,
Nice. And then always a poet.
yes, always a poet.
So what's your favorite thing that's happened to you in Albuquerque?
Becoming Poet Laureate, obviously.
Becoming the Poet
That
Laureate.
was like
The inaugural
the
Poet
inaugural
Laureate.
Poet Laureate. Like that
Yes.
was just, you're like Poet wasn't on the vision board, so that means Poet Laureate definitely wasn't on the vision board.
Yeah.
And being able to see it happen to my friends
Yeah.
after me, and just remembering how transformative that was to how serious people took me in my work, where people were also like, what else can he do? And I feel like that's really what the Poet Laureate program opened up for me. It's like, even if people didn't need a poet or a poem for their wedding or whatever, they were also like, I wonder if he could do this philanthropy thing. I wonder if he could do this nonprofit thing. I wonder. And other people's imagination of the things I can do then fed my imagination of the things I thought I could do. And that's how you end up in law school. You imagine
Be
it.
careful of that. Be real careful of that imagination.
Yeah, you imagine it.
Okay, so let's talk about Albuquerque a little bit more. Give me three words, only three
Only three,
words
okay.
that describe Albuquerque's creative scene.
Deep, radical, and brown.
Brown, okay.
Pura vida.
Deep, radical, and brown. Okay.
Well, what's cool about Albuquerque is that there's no closet artists. People are just like waving their freak flag artists, and so it's not like around every corner somebody is secretly chiseling away at the next great American novel or the next sculpture. It's just like everybody's like, yeah, like I do this and I do that. And it's like, I'm a mom and I do art. I'm a dad and I do art. I'm an attorney and I do art. That's what really drives what I call like the not competitive nature of this place, but the idea that, steel sharpens steel, such a violent metaphor, or flowers sharpen flowers, right? but that because the creative IQ of the community is high, artists, that challenges artists to be better.
Can you share a moment of magic in Albuquerque?
I would say every time you walk through the Bosque,
Yeah.
that is a magical moment, especially when the cottonwood feels like it's snowing at times, right? And you're just like, wow, like that, it's that sense of wonder. It could be a day like this where it's super sunny and it's raining and every raindrop is a prism, or the kind of routine, almost like germane occurrence of double rainbows that happen all the time here.
Okay, so lightning round. This is a round that earns you your matcha.
Oh, look, ta-da.
Ta-da, your matcha.
Behind door number one.
Yes, but you
Behind
have
door.
to answer these lightning rounds. So
Lightning
this is
round.
now this, you just have to
First
answer.
thought, best thought. Don't think.
That's
Okay.
right.
All right.
Must read Albuquerque book or writer.
Rudolph Von Eye.
Okay. Albuquerque band or DJ that inspires.
DJ Flo Fader.
Flo Fader. Must see Albuquerque arts or cultural festival.
Oh, Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, that's easy.
Great place to listen to live music in Albuquerque.
like everywhere.
Everywhere? Okay.
Inside Out.
Inside Out.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have really cool reggae nights and Afrobeat nights there.
Oh,
Yes,
reggae
yeah.
nights. Great arts and cultural venue to spend a cold or rainy day, or too
Oh.
hot to be outside.
Easy. Albuquerque Museum.
Albuquerque
All day.
Museum. Great place to take a walk.
The biopark, if you have entry fee, or just behind it in the bosque that we mentioned earlier.
All right. Favorite local food or Albuquerque restaurant that fuels your creativity?
Shout out to Nexus Brewery. They have chicken chicharrones that are to die for. You can get them breaded, or if you're like me on a diet, you can get them naked. I get them naked, people, and they have their dipping sauce. Come on. I get
Okay.
it sometimes it's just as a meal.
All right.
Yes.
I've not tried these.
I don't know how inspirational it is because much like the heat, I have this sudden urge to sleep afterwards. So I'm not actually doing anything afterwards, but
Rest precedes creativity for sure. Very nice.
yeah.
And what are you drinking today, my friend?
Oh, I am drinking oat milk matcha because I already had my other caffeine this morning.
Oh, very
What about
nice.
you?
I've got oat milk lavender latte.
Lavender.
Yeah, that's very New Mexico
Was
too.
the Lavender Festival last weekend? That's a pretty cool
Yeah,
festival
that
too.
one too. That's
Yeah, it's a
awesome.
pretty cool festival.
All right, thanks,
Cheers.
Hakim.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Sal.